This is Dr. Joe Pat Hatem, Mayor of the City of Southport. The 20th anniversary of September 11th, 2001 will be commemorated by the City of Southport Fire Department on Saturday, September 11th at 9 a.m. at the Southport Fire Station. At the ceremony, there will be 343 booths displayed to signify those firefighters who lost their lives at the World Trade Center on that tragic day, doing their job as they were trained to do in an untenable situation. We mourn the lives that were lost on that day and grieve for those of their family and friends that were left behind. This day is also known as Patriots Day, and we salute our military, those brave men and women, our first responders, the fire department, the police department, the emergency medical services, who risk their lives every day for our safety and for our freedom. The compelling story of Wells Crothers and the red bandana is worth sharing again on this 20th anniversary. South Tower of the World Trade Center, 9:12 a.m., 9 minutes after the United Airlines Flight 175 struck the building. This young man called his mother from his office, leaving a message to say that he was okay. He made his way to the 78th floor and found a group of survivors. He carried an injured woman on his back and led this group to a stairway and down 17 floors to safety. He sent them down, then went back up the stairs. By the time he returned to the 78th floor, he had a bandana around his nose and mouth to try to protect himself from the smoke. A bandana like this. He found another group of survivors. One, a woman, Judy Wayne, injured with a broken arm and broken ribs. According to Mrs. Wayne, the young man gave first aid, helped put out the surrounding fire, and then announced to the group, and I quote her words, he said, "Everyone who can stand, stand now. If you can, help others do so." End of quote. He led these people down the stairs to safety. He could have stayed with them and assisted those in need there and continue out into the street and away from the building. Instead, as a volunteer firefighter, as a Boston College graduate, as a varsity athlete, he went back in to rescue others. The tower collapsed. He did not return home to his family. His body was found in March 2002 alongside several firefighters. His family was unaware of the details as to what happened to their son until an article in the New York Times on Memorial Day, May 26, 2002, that described Judy Wayne's first-hand account of, and I quote, being saved by a man in a red bandana. When Allison Crowther read this article, she started reading out loud to her husband. They knew for the first time the details of the last morning of their son, Wells Crothers' life. When Wells was 8 years old, his father gave him two handkerchiefs, one a white pocket square and the other a red bandana. And I quote, he told his son, "One to show and one to blow." Wells, who after that day was never without a red bandana. And I quote, he wore it under his hockey and fire helmets as a teen and under his lacrosse helmet while playing for Boston College. He carried it in the pocket of his business suit every day to the World Trade Center. And I have carried this bandana with me on every September 11th since learning of this incredible story. Wells' father was a volunteer member of the local Empire Hook and Ladder Company in their hometown in New York. At age 7, Wells helped clean fire trucks. At age 16, he was a junior member, and at age 18, he was a full firefighter. A few weeks before the attack on 9/11, Wells told his father he was leaving his finance job to become a New York City firefighter. Jeff Crowther found a partially completed application in his son's Manhattan apartment after his death. Wells Crowther was 24 years old. We pray, we commemorate, but we will never forget what happened on September 11th, 2001, and the heroic actions that took place on that day.